This is Canning Town, and this is the Barking Road. And this is Roughbone Market, where I used to come when I was a child with my mother. About this time, Christmas time. I must have been about 8 or 9 or 10, I'm not too sure. And when I come over here, my memories of this place was incredible. It was like a theatre. And I can see all white lights where they used to put around their stalls, because it was quite dark then, yeah? And then we'd walk around, know quite a lot of people, and my mum buy me a pair of boots, like the Beatles boots, which I was over the moon with. This used to be the Royal Oak, the pub downstairs, and a famous gym above. And the boxers who boxed there when I was there were John Stracey, John Gardner, Jimmy Batten, Charlie Magri, Kirtland Lang, Tony Lang, Ray Catus, and myself, Jimmy Flint.
Do you like a tea?
Could I have a green tea?
We have only a Turkish tea. So he is the owner over there in the kitchen.
Okay.
So.
Is he a Turkish boy?
Well, he's not a Turkish boy, he's a Serbian, same my country. I mean, we are British, but still. Like I said, we've been 3.5 years here, and the owner is my husband over there. He's busy at the moment, he can't come right here, so I'm his wife apparently, and we opened the restaurant, a Turkish restaurant.
Was it pub still when you opened as a Turkish restaurant?
Say again, please?
Was it a pub when you opened as a Turkish restaurant?
Wow, I mean, we take in like empty building.
That was empty?
It was an empty building, yes.
So you rent the properties out?
Yes. So apparently we did the restaurant here, and there you are, we keeping going. Nice food. Upstairs is the flats. Is the flats. Yes. And like I said, we keeping going here. Staff, we have very nice staff. Yes, very busy road, and we are busy as well. I mean, at the moment it's a bit quiet. I don't know if it's the Brexit or if it's people no money, or I don't know what to say. But still, we okay, touch wood. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the busy time.
Well, there are a lot of people moving into the area now.
There are people, the old flats moving here as well. Apparently the new apartments here, so apparently all this. Well, we are lucky we are in this area.
Yeah, Canada has changed a lot about the community, people now living together. So,
What do you mean by living together?
all community,
Mixed race?
yeah, or background, ethnic minority, or white, black. So everybody is mixing together now.
Is it a good community now?
Yeah, better than before when I came.
First came?
Yeah.
A bit hostile, right?
Yeah, it was hostile.
Yes.
Yeah, but now it's a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
You go
How
more.
long have you lived here then?
30 years now.
30 years?
Yeah, I can
Wow.
remember.
Did you remember the old Roughbone Market?
Yeah.
The old one? It was
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I know that.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
And they knocked it down?
Yeah. 30 years I've been here.
I think it's great. I mean, sadly, the library that was just here, like about 7 years ago now, it closed down and moved away. But because that was like when I came here, that's where I used to go, and that's how I learned English actually as well. So, and then the new buildings over there as well, near Kennington Station. I mean, it's a great change and it's going
Do you go to
much
the
better.
gym?
Yeah, I do go to the gym. There's actually one there.
The modern one, yeah?
Yeah.
And what's it like? Is it violent around here, or do you find it a violent area, or?
I mean, thank God nothing's happened to me yet or like my family, but there has been recently some violence. But
Is that further down, do you think?
no, there was actually one here as well. There was two deaths over here. I think 3 months ago or 4 months ago.
What was that about? Gang violence?
I'm not too sure. I didn't really look into it either. I just know that it happened here and the place was locked off as well for a couple of days. So Yeah.
What's your name?
John.
John, I'm Jimmy.
Jim.
I used to box for the Oak. Jimmy
Oh, the
Flint.
Oak, yeah, that's where what's son's got there, hasn't he?
Who's that?
Oh, you know what I mean?
The big fella or
Yeah.
Johnny Stracy?
Tracy and the other one, Bruno.
Frank,
he used to
Big
come,
Frank.
he used to come in the market in.
Yeah.
I'm in the market 40 years before this development come up.
Yes, okay.
This has killed it round here.
It has, yeah?
It's absolutely slaughtered it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, the market was good then, them days.
Yeah, I
Now
remember it as
it's-
a boy. I was talking about it earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I was saying is, are they going to bring the market back?
Well, I think we was sold down the river really, because
Yeah.
when the council had it,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and all this new development,
Yeah.
we had meetings over there, they're going to do this for us, do that for us. All the shops sort of paid off
Okay.
what was there,
Yeah.
and he said, no, we want you all to stay, we want the market still. I thought, oh, we ain't going in. I thought they was going to give us and pay us or
Yeah.
kick us off. The council had it for a while, we went all through the debris here, whatever's building, moving us here, moving us there, and look at punches in his stall and no lights.
Punches you still?
Punches in the stall, all the gravel we had to go over.
Okay,
All,
yeah.
and when the up and coming building all done,
Yes.
the council eventually went, oh, bye, we ain't doing it no more. Give it to Community Links. They had it for a little while. They pissed off. Then we got another two of the markets coming and just made a wreck of it. And we got no feedback at all from the market. We didn't even get letters from the council.
Really? But it's a great space, isn't
I
it?
know, yes, but
Why don't they use it?
Because I reckon there's the shops here that's so expensive.
Really?
I think I don't know if someone did here. I don't know how true it is. It's about £600-700 a week. Rent.
Really?
Now come
That's
on.
crazy, yeah, you can't.
Sell a little amount for the first year, see if they
Yes.
make it. And,
Yes, give me a bit of space.
But it's gone, mate.
okay, where are you living now then, John?
I still live here. I live in Customers. I live
Oh,
up
you
the
still
road.
living there where you lived all those years?
Yeah, I lived there with the old Liverpool, the old Liverpool Road. You know?
Yeah.
I've been in the market 40 years.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
I came here, I used to box at the Oak myself.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
right.
remember.
Yeah.
I used to park my car in it,
Yeah.
across the road.
Well, do you know Bowers? You go down the gym, Peacock Gym.
Yeah, I go to
Yeah,
Peck.
Peacock Gym.
You
Yeah.
know the Bowers,
So,
yeah?
yeah, I was going to school with him.
Oh, you go to school, Tony?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tony, yeah. Tony, Martin does everything, yeah.
Oh, so you know that's lovely.
Oh,
yeah.
no, I'm all, yeah.
Nice.
Tony comes by here sometimes. He has a cup of tea. He has a
Is
walk.
it? Yeah, I was going to have a hot dog
He has a
off you.
walkabout.
No, I was going to have a hot dog off you and have
Oh,
a
yeah.
film, yeah, but you're gone.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I've got to go warehouse as well. I shut a bit early.
Okay.
The wife's gone Westfields. It's all the stalls are blew out today because the weather. Not really.
that what it is,
They're
yeah?
not really
Okay.
stall people.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
We come out all weathers, don't we? I'm out at 5 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
that's why I've got things to do, and that's why I shut a bit early and get things done. That's Freshbow Market.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. But they used to have the lights around it, didn't they? This time of year, they had all the lights on.
And where that is now.
Yes, it's lovely.
But
Yeah.
that's right, I mean, look at the stalls, look at the people.
Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And there's, look, Barking Road here.
Oh, yeah, wow, man,
The
yeah.
old car, the old Cortina Mark III.
Yes, yes. I had a Mark II.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I had a
fantastic.
Mark III,
Yeah, yes, the better one.
GXL, I had.
Yeah, the GXL. I had the 1600E,
The square one,
the
yeah.
square one. Beautiful,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ollie's?
Yes, I knew Ollie's, yeah. Yes. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Okay, Rob, tell us, you own the restaurant,
Yes.
and how long you been living here?
My name is Rob. I own Zata Pizza, which is in the market.
Okay.
And it's been established almost 2 years now.
2 years, okay.
Yeah.
And where do you originally come from, Rob?
I'm a Bangladeshi origin. I've been
Okay.
living in London for last 20
You told me you
years.
live in King's Cross, you said?
Yes, I used to live in King's Cross. Then I'm living now in Ilford.
Okay,
And it is quite near to my home.
lovely.
Yeah.
And tell us, do you know anything about the market? Or is this the market?
This is the last leg of the market. The market used to be a glorious market in 1670s and even in 80s. I think when the council were taking the regeneration project and plan,
Okay.
the market has been squeezed in, but there was a promise the market will be even bigger, better, and connecting the overall
see,
community.
yes, okay.
And that's how the regeneration started. That's
Yes.
how the council got this plan.
I see, yeah.
And,
it would be great if it did had a big market here. It'd be fantastic. So the local people, I met some old ladies. They told me they love to go shopping, and they go to Walthamstow now. They're in their 80s, 70s. So it would be better if they brought a market back. But what would prevent them bringing the market back? Would it be the people living in these properties?
I think it's not people living in in this property. It's the connectivity between the older residents, the previous residents, and new residents. There's a massive gap of the connectivity, the communication. There's not enough awareness. For example, there are some of the high flyer people working in the cities. They live in here.
So you're saying the rich and the poor. That's what you're saying.
I could just rephrase that if I could.
How would you rephrase that?
It would be the affluence and the residents who used to live in here. For example, someone living in these apartments, buildings, it might not attract them to that clothing because it's not a boutique, it's not something handcrafted. But it could attract somebody else. But what I'm concerned about is this is the immediate residents. It should be a market should be more with hand done product. Market should be more with unique products. Market should encourage the young traders coming in with unique stuff. I'll just give you a small example. Christmas coming. Right? Christmas is one of the most spirited time in the whole year, and where the community, rich, poor, everybody comes together. There is no plan. I haven't seen a plan for a Christmas market here. Right. I take my family to the Christmas market Leicester Square. I take my family to Christmas market to Greenwich. But this is my immediate community. It should be happening here.
Should we go back to your shop?
Yes, please. Yes,
I call it a shop. This is your restaurant. And you're doing quite well there now, aren't you?
We're trying. We have taken this space 2017 and we wanted to do a pizza place. So we went to the market, although the market is very small now, but some of the traders and the customers there which said that we were going to bring a pizza place there. So everyone was surprised that after all these years, all these developments happened and the developer promised all this nice thing to happen in this area, and we get a pizza place. They didn't know that we had different plan and different ideas. So what we done actually, we thought maybe we have to do something to get the community together. And in order to do that, we thought we're going to use the market as our main point. And the way we have done small projects in the library where we're trying to get local residents in one place and trying to understand the memory and what was the fact of what was the past of the market. And we have taken their memory and we noted them down. So those memories actually we used in the decoration. If you see all these writings in the speech bubbles, the people, and they're talking about, they commented that they talked about how the market used to be and how they found it. Some of the quotes are fantastic. You know, they're saying their wedding dress they bought from the market. So the lady saying that I bought my wedding dress, that's a quote there.
I can see that.
You know, and not only that, what we realized that how we're going to incorporate the market in the restaurants.
I totally understand.
You know, we got for example, these tables are uniquely made only for us.
Market stalls?
Market stall, yes. They're like boxes and up and down, and then you can put in stuff. And then this is one big piece, and also if you, I was saying to you on the wall, these are the market tents. You know, the bar, the made of cheap wood, and the metals are the market storeholder metals. We're the only ones still for last 2 years, and I don't know when how many days or how many years will take for some other businesses to come. Because until it becomes a destination, it's really hard for a small business to survive. So when it becomes a destination, when you have, as you said, Greek or other pubs or bars, things happening in the area, so you get people from all walks coming in and they enjoy. You know, I think lots of lots of residents they have moved out as well because of the new developments.
It's too expensive for them to live in.
Exactly, and that also has a reduction on the customers coming to the market as well, and as well as the traders. I think 1 or 2 old traders still there, but it's really hard. I don't see any new traders coming in with some fancy stuff. You already have seen most of the regenerations happening around the Canning Town and further down to towards the Silver Town, and that's leaving Barking Road behind. But the heart of Canning Town is this high street.
You think they should just clean the street up, really? Yeah.
They should bring up this high street, because you don't want to let a old high street die because you're doing another generation. So you're putting all your concentration in building new stuff. And what about the existing community? This is their home, this is their high street, this is where they come for as a community, for their shopping, they're meeting up.
Rachel, this area, would you bring a family up in this area? What do you think?
Wow. I think if you have no choice, as in this is where you manage to get a place to live, then yeah, why not? I think it's not more so where would you raise your family, it's what you do with the family you're raising in the area. I think if I was I'm not living in the area anymore, but my parents do. And for me, it would be really important that I spend a lot of time with my children and making sure that they're not getting into the wrong, mixing
Tell
with the
me,
wrong
is there
people.
good schools around here? What's the schools around here?
Wow. Again, when I schooled, I went out of Newham.
Do you think this area, as it's changing, is sort of meeting up with Canary Wharf in the city, more so than years ago? It was just outside the city. Now you're linking it with the buildings and the shops. Are you linking up to that?
I can see that this is now becoming a more desirable area for those that would commute into Canary Wharf and central London. It's definitely more desirable. Whether that engages the people that have been here for many years, I'm not sure, because have they got an interest in that? Are they looking for work in those type of places? Do you see what I mean? However, it has opened up the area definitely for so many other people to come in. Look at all these buildings, the people living in there, the people that can afford these houses are expensive and people can afford them. So, it is building up. But whether there's a connection between the people that actually live in the area and have done so for a long time, are they benefiting from it? I'm not sure that link really did happen. I just don't want it to get any higher. One thing I find when I come to Canning Town is I can't see the sky, and it sounds so ridiculous. But I always remember coming off the flyover, coming onto Barking Road, and I could see the sky, and I could see the big M for McDonald's. That's what right now, I can just see loads of tall buildings.
Cars coming in there. This is
Is that the one?
something to do. There's a lot of people talking about the area, like you do. And a lot of people ain't talking about the area. So we could make it slightly political. That's a penthouse at the top.
So it looks like these two windows are open, so someone must be living in there. And look, penthouse at the top. The balconies look used, but generally, I don't even know where the entrance is.
So this is Canning Town, where I grew up. Looks very different now. It's my neighbourhood where I was born and bred.
Okay. So what do you think of the changes though?
Do you know, I'm really appreciate change, but it is very different. It's very different. There's a lot of tall buildings, everything's really high.
Okay.
The market...
Yeah, it's gone.
It's practically gone, about 4 stalls a week.
Yeah.
And it seems to be more of a commuting kind of community where everyone's kind of out going to work and in and out. And
that's got a lot of mixed people around. You've got a lot of
diversity,
people living in these flats, they're paying a lot of money for these flats, so
very expensive.
do you see much of them people walking down Barking Road?
No,
you don't see them down the Barking Road.
If you go in the station, you see a lot of people, and you're thinking, where are all these people living? Because I don't see them on my road. But the local people that have been here all the years that I've lived here, I see them in the same areas.
Same place.
But the people that are living in all these flats, I don't know where they are. They must just be coming in and going to work. Or...
I mean, they don't really use the area?
Not that I see, although this gym seems quite busy, so I guess they are making use of some of it. But
what do you think if they brought back a market in that area over the older Roughbone market? Would that be a success, do you think?
I definitely think it would be something people would like, and it's something that brings back community. Having that stall that you go to every week to get your fish or to get your eggs.
So you know the guy on
that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. We always had like the the man that sold the
Yeah.
eggs and the chicken, and you know, all that's gone now.
Yes.
But something that just brings back a bit of community. Seems like everyone's kind of separated now. Something that brings everyone to a spot.
What is your job, Rachel?
So I run a company called Mummies Day Out, which
Okay.
just brings mums together to be inspired, encouraged and empowered to be the best mums they can be. I do some of my events in Newham because that's where I was born and bred, and I want to
Yes.
give back to the community. And people do engage, people do want to do things in the community, people
Okay.
do want to do things together and get to know one another. So it's just making those things available to everyone.
You told me last time you had a son.
Yes.
How old's your son?
My son's 2.
Oh, 2?
He's only little.
Oh, you were talking about knife crime to me earlier on. So he
Yes.
doesn't carry a knife, you say he's only 2
Definitely
years
not.
old.
But these are some of the concerns that we have
In the area.
in Newham. I mean,
Yes.
recently there was a stabbing in Canning Town.
Okay.
I was on my way into Canning Town,
Yeah.
and actually the traffic was enormous, and I was thinking, what's happened? And it was actually turned out that somebody had got stabbed, and it was quite concerning that person that had stabbed, when I read the news, was really, really young. He was only a young boy.
13, 14?
15 I think
15.
he was. And it's just like, well, what are they doing? What are the young people doing in Canning
But
Town?
what are the schools doing to these children, talking to them about this subject?
All these opportunities to I think it starts with the parents. Parents need to be aware of what's even going on. A lot of the parents don't even actually know that these concerns are there, that their child is carrying a knife because they're scared that somebody else is going to be carrying a knife.
I don't know where this is.
That used to be the old motorway down there, the old A13 that way. That was the 13. There used to be a swimming bath up there, you don't remember that, do you? Outdoor swimming bath called Beckton Lido. That many years ago. Yeah, the Beckton Lido. It was up there, the Beckton Lido.
I used to ride my bike along this road up to Prince Regent's Lane. I'm sure this is the same road. So this goes straight
That's
up.
right, goes straight down, straight. Can't go anywhere else, but straight. It goes right through to the A13 that way.
Honestly, I could get lost in Canning Town, and I've lived here for 35 years.
So is this a garden?
How long you lived here?
12 years.
12 years. Have you seen much of a change in 12 years?
Yeah, lots of change.
In 12 years, yes. What's the change you've seen?
All the building,
Flats in it?
all the flats, the buildings round by the station, we're getting enclosed. It's just getting higher and higher around us.
And where do you actually live? In the house?
Yeah, I've got a house over by Royal Victoria Station.
They tell me they're going to develop it over here, is that right?
Apparently,
So where do you go from there then? How does that work out, if that's your house?
I don't know.
Will they move you somewhere else?
I've no idea. I haven't heard anything about developing that part of the area.
Okay. Is there another part there? Because I've been told there's empty houses there. Is that wrong or right?
That might be up round by Freemasons Road. It won't be,
Freemasons,
yeah,
okay.
because that's an area we don't go into.
Okay.
Just that road.
Okay. Where's that? Is it a bad road?
There's a lot of trouble there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Drugs and things like that?
Presumably, I know.
Oh, I see.
I won't go up there.
Are you married with a
Yeah.
family?
Yeah,
Put your
they're
children up around there?
some of it, yeah, but no, they've gone home now. They've got their own places.
You hear a lot of that around here? That
There's a
sound?
problem with noise.
Yes. And you always hear the police sirens around here?
Yeah, all the time.
So it's a dodgy here and there, yeah?
Yeah, this area's not too bad. I wouldn't come down here at night on my own.
No? Really?
But Freemasons Road, no.
Never,
No, you don't go down there.
What do you feel about all the new stuff coming, all the new train connections?
Well,
Is it getting in the way?
it's not so much the train connections, it's the fact that every time you turn around there's another huge great block of flats. It's like living in the middle of London.
Where do you think it's going to go?
There's only so much you can do to gentrify an area.
Yeah. So where would you like to live in the end if they gave you the option? Would you move further out?
Oh God, yeah.
Where to?
Anywhere there was a river.
So you'd follow the river, yeah?
No, a river or a canal.
Rainham, that way?
No, we'd probably want to go sort of March, Peterborough.
Oh, Peterborough, that way? Wow,
Yeah.
that's a long way to go.
Don't like living round here anymore.
You used to have friends round here at one time?
Yeah, we used to have a lot of friends round here.
But they all moved out?
Well, I used to live over in Stratford.
Which I know Stratford very well, yeah.
I used to live on the lane.
I know the lane, yeah, lovely.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Gone?
They put the Olympic Village on top
Oh,
of it.
of course they did, yeah. So that was for the worst for you?
Yeah, that was even worse, yeah.
Living here?
Yeah.
You're talking about the area?
Yeah, talking about the area, yeah.
I'm 86.
You're 80.
I mean, this area is I'm not going to swear,
Yes.
but it's a pithole. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
What's became made of that?
Well, there's too many people in the country.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not being what do you call
No,
it?
you're not talking
Yeah.
I understand.
I mean, I'm 86. Now I was 6 or 7 when the war was on. I saw a German bomber.
Yes.
We was living under, Silvertown Way.
Yes.
We was living under there in the arches, what they called the arches.
I know.
Day and night.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they come over. I mean, I'm not prejudiced, but my young brother, he was 18. He got killed in the war. 18. In Alamein with Montgomery's lot.
Okay.
And my father had a letter to say that they may have to pay for the uniform that he was killed in.
No.
But it was a mistake. How do you think my father and mother
Oh, that
felt?
felt terrible.
And it's terrible.
And your mum and dad lived in Canning Town too, yeah?
And me as well.
Whereabouts did you live in Canning Town?
In High Street.
Oh, just round the back here?
Yeah.
When I was watching a programme, a documentary where they bombed them here. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And that was when all the kids got killed.
Yeah, my father helped to get them
Yeah.
out. But
Your
couldn't-
father, yeah?
He couldn't take any more.
That's
I mean, look at it's like a.
Yeah.
I'm not swearing on
No.
that, but it's like a pit hole. Years ago, they used to sweep up, even when the war was on.
Yes.
When there was bombing, they swept up cleaner than what it is now.
I know.
I go potty
You must
to
have.
think my young brother
Yeah.
got killed for this
For nothing.
pit hole of
Yes.
the country.
I understand. No, I understand. Did you have a family yourself?
No.
Oh, you did have a family yourself.
I lost 3. I lost miscarriage at 61.
Okay.
I got married 61. I had miscarriage 64, and then we went 10 years, and we had ectopic pregnancy.
Okay.
Where do you live?
He lives in Bethnal Green.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that's just as bad.
And I live at Canning Town. No, I live at Isle of Dogs.
Oh, well, that's a bit
That's
better
nice,
now.
yes, nice, yeah.
Never used to be, did it?
No, it was a piss up.
Yeah.
Like this. This is the famous Peacock Gym, and I'm with my friend Dean. And Dean's been coming here about 8 years now, Dean?
About 8 years. Well, more like 10 years.
10
but
years, yeah.
on and off. I'm a bit lazy at times, so
Yes.
I'm not always.
You have a good workout.
Yeah.
And so what do you think of this area, Dean? Change over
Well,
time?
I'll tell you what, Jim. It's certainly changed a lot. It's hard to keep up with the rate of change, to be honest with you. But
Yes.
I just wish if I had a few quid,
You bought a bit of land?
I would have bought a bit of land, and I would have
Been rolling it.
Yeah, I'd be having a big fat cigar now. Smoking a big
Yeah,
fat
there used to be a
cigar.
beautiful pub over there, massive pub.
That's right. That's
Get the
right.
name of it now, but then they put these two buildings on it. It's a massive pub.
That's right. But I remember the pub, but I was
Yeah.
about to put it at the time, Jim. I was probably too young to drink in there, to be honest with you. But
Well, this is going next, isn't it, Dean? The
well, they say,
Peacock.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's a shame. But if it does go up, they're gonna.
I think
they'll
they're
be
gonna
planning to move it somewhere
they're
else.
going to,
But yeah, I know it'd be if it didn't, it'd be a great loss to the community. That's
Of
for
course.
sure.
Because
That's
there
for
is
sure.
no, we said earlier on, there's no youth clubs round here.
No.
I don't know if you see them when you drive round here. You see any youth clubs?
No, there's nothing.
And there's a lot
nothing
of problems going on in the area.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
said earlier on, would you be 15 again?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim. I mean, when I grew up around here in the 80s, it was pretty rough, and
Yeah.
but yeah, you had to be able to hold your hands up.
And they didn't mind that, a fight.
It
it's
was
a
the way
fight.
it was,
Yeah.
but now I feel sorry for the young kids now around here. I really do. I want to be 14, 15, 16 and
Yes.
17 growing up around here now, because
much.
the pressures are just too
Yeah.
much. I can understand why there's so much sort of mental illness now
Yes.
with,
well,
with
they
a
didn't
lot of
know
young
about
kids.
that at one time, did they? The mental illness.
You know.
They've only just discovered the mental illness now.
Yeah, they've got a lot on their shoulders. The youngsters now, a lot of
of course
stress.
they have,
You know, a lot of pressures.
You were saying earlier on to me about the middle class people who move into the area. No disrespect to the Asian community, they don't really mix, and even the white middle class people don't really mix with the working class people.
Yeah, well, you're right, Jim. It's funny because I feel like I can relate more to the Asian community and maybe the Afro-Caribbean community and the Turkish community than I can to the white middle class community that have moved in. And you feel there's a real barrier between them and us.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and I don't know how much is mental, or how much of that is actual real. You know.
Well, I think we were saying earlier on, the 80s or the 70s, we were saying, you know, with all this racial business, it never really affected me because I grew up with people, you know, and never had that racist thing. I know there was wankers out there doing it, but it wasn't nothing to local communities. Never had that in their community. Whereas now, things to me, I don't know if you're telling me, things have got worse. Is that correct?
I think they have got worse. Yeah, I really do. Because I mean, I grew up in the 80s around there, and it was very mixed, and you know, it was black and white, and everyone was pretty.
Everyone's okay.
Everyone was pretty mixed. I mean, I don't want to paint it as white as white, rose tinted glasses.
If you're right-handers,
but exactly. But it was very more mixed, and I feel people are much more within their own communities now.
Yeah. So shall we now, Dean, have a drive around the Canning
why
Town?
not? Absolutely.
And have a look around?
Of course we can.
We'll do that now. Jump in your cab. They're going to flatten all this area. They get them out and they flatten it. And that's what they're going to do. Because look at the land round here, prime land. Look at that old building over there. Look this, down that street there, look. That street down there, look, them old houses, old cafes. That's all going to go. And that used to be the old, what's the name? What's it called there? Custom House, yeah. That's a new one though, it used to be the old one there. I think my uncle lived over there at one time. It's up there, that's the Canary Wharf. See the white building? That's Canary Wharf. Because my old granddad worked in there, and my dad did too. When I was a young boy, my dad was working in a Canary Wharf. There was a massive, great big cafe here. I think it's still there. It used to be on the right-hand side. That is the cafe there, see it? Look, George's Cafe, George's Diner.
You want to dine in there now, wouldn't you?
Called the Swan there, look. That was a lovely little pub. And there's, look at it. Gone, finished. That's called Manhattan, by the way. That building's there, they're going to call it Manhattan, like America, yeah? But the designer shops are all got to go in, and the restaurants, which they're going to put in soon, yeah? Oh, yeah. Hey, look, there's 33 luxury apartments going up here. More apartments going up. Ford's has gone here. I just put my car here, Ford's. See who's there now. Yeah, look there. I finished. It used to be Ford's years ago. Obviously, they're going to develop that next, obviously. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Your name?
Yeah, my name is Benson Chukwudu Denwoke. I'm a British citizen. I have a wife and 2 children here. I have been unemployed for over 1 year. And since I came into this country close to more than 25 years, I've been working all my life here.
All your life?
Yes. So, but there was a problem that made me to be unemployed. I had a debt with the Citibank.
A debt?
A debt of 190.
£190?
Yes, so these people contacted county court for that debt.
Yes.
I replied court that since I'm unemployed, that I'll be paying £2 every year, every month. So in order to enable that, to avoid leaving that debt dormant.
Yes, I understand.
Court did not contact me. I sent them the court form, which I offered £2
yes.
to be paying towards the debt.
Yes.
Court did not contact me. Okay. The people who Citibank sold the case to did not contact me. The only time I knew that they made me CCJ was when I was unemployed and started looking for a job and couldn't find any.
Yes.
Somebody contacted me that I should contact Citibank. I mean, I should contact county court. Yes. At a business center, located at Northampton. Yes. I did, and it was only then and after then that the court told me that they made me CCJ because of the debt of 190, which I offered to be paid to £2. I said, why didn't you tell me? Nobody told me the company.
So this debt was getting you wasn't getting a job because of the debt?
Up till now, I haven't got a job for over 1 year. Yeah, over 1 year. As I worked last February 2018, till now I haven't got a job. Okay. I'm educated, I have a master's degree in IT security. Yes. At the moment, I'm doing PhD in policing and security community. But I suspended because I can't pay the fees. Yes. So it's a problem. Now, my wife, who is the only breadwinner in the family.
So she's working?
Yes, she works 33 hours a week with the backing and diagram as a cook. Okay. But her income is not enough to augment the family's upkeep. And this is why I have been coming. If not because of this place, I would have died out of hunger. These people, I got a friend here who directed me that I should go to Bo Church.
Bo Church?
Yeah, that's where I'm collecting enough food at the moment to help my family. You know, because without my...
Tell me, don't you get a benefit to cover you?
I made application for universal credit. Yeah. They refused me.
Why is that? You've got 2 children to look after.
They refused me. They refused that I'm not qualified.
Why are you not qualified?
And the reason they told me that I'm not qualified, that government instructed them that anybody earning up to over a little bit above £1,000 is not qualified. Okay. I completed every document. Yes. They refused to help me. Up till now, you see, I'm sweating.
Yeah, I can see that.
I ran all the way from North Woolwich to be here.
North Woolwich,
you know North Woolwich?
Yeah, so you come over on the ferry?
No. I was running.
The foot tunnel?
Yes, I was running. Okay. Because I haven't got money for pass. So I am suffering. I don't want to commit suicide. I don't want to commit fraud. No. I'm a British citizen is not supposed to do something.
But can't you go to your doctor, your GP?
They are fed up with what my document.
Your doctor won't help you?
They're not helping me, no.
Well, the doctor should help you.
I'm having back pain.
Okay.
I'm not. Nothing is. This country is not what it was 10, 15 years ago.
No. Okay.
So that is the problem I found. If not because of coming to her ask for free food here, I and my family would have died.
Oh my God.
I have problems of phone credit, and all of them. I don't know what to do. I do not know.
But can't you go to Citizen Vice? Can't you go there?
I have done that. They're not helpful.
Why not?
This is one of the areas.
Yeah, the community.
Yes. Why?
They could help you.
I brought a big problem last week.
Okay.
Now, HMRC, that is pension and income, work at the pension, told me that I owe 1,371 pence for a debt I do not know when they paid it last year. Okay. I mean 2011, 2012. Yeah. And they equally wrote to my wife that she owed up to 900 and something pounds.
Your wife?
Yes. They are now collecting the money from her account.
I see.
And
whose debt is this? Yours or your wife's?
Both of us.
Oh, it's both of you?
Yeah, last time, under 1,447 pounds, they pull out 165 pounds. Okay. And there was no money in the family. Now, I took this company that made me CCJ to court.
Yeah, I know. I've had a CCJ myself.
I took them to court. Yeah. Now, I told the court that I'm not working. I have completed 1,000 documents for help for fees. Yes. They refused. Now, last month, I gave them a post-dated check to enable me for court to grant my application. Yeah. This postage check was made to be cashed on the 30th of December, so that I will rally around with friends to see if they can be able to make up 250 francs for me to pay to court. Do you know what court did? Court went to my wife's account last month and pulled up £255.
That's out of her account?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's no money. Everybody's dying in the family.
How can they do that? You've got 2 children. They've got to give you money.
They refuse. That's what I'm saying. That the country is no longer helpful to a man.
I can't see how they cannot give you any money if you've got 2 children.
That is why I'm here.
Okay, they will help you. Community Links will help you.
Well, I have told them they don't.
They told you they helped you?
Yes.
They haven't.
They referred me to one charity company they call Mary Rose at Holborn.
Yeah.
I don't have money to go there.
I understand. You can't get there.
So that is a problem. It's a big problem.
Yes.
I have a master's degree. Yes. A master's degree in IT security. Go to the job internet. There are lots of jobs for my phone is full up with job application jobs. But each time I put in application, it will back. They will, this government, Cameron, made it compulsory that companies must have to determine the credibility of the employer they want to take.
Yes.
So the company use it as excuse now to go to credit reference to find out if this person has a CCJ or not. This is what is preventing me from having a job. Okay. There are so many job applications I've put in, but all of them are not giving me a job.
So where are you going to go from here?
Nothing. No.
You cannot. You must go somewhere.
Where?
There must be somewhere for you to go. Like Community Links, they must be able to put you in touch with someone. Like when you get your food from here, yeah.
Yes.
You must get your food from where do you say?
Bow Church.
Bow Church.
Yes.
And over the other, because you live on the other side, don't you?
No, I live near after City Airport.
City Airport, yeah.
Silvertown. Yeah, opposite the police station.
So you live there, yeah?
That's where I'm coming from.
And do they have any food banks there?
No.
So it's here and Bow Church?
Yes.
That's the only 2 food banks you go to?
Yes.
And your wife works part-time?
Yes. 33 hours a week, yeah. That is my situation.
That's your situation.
If not, this place is, Community Link is kind.
They are
very helpful.
They're very helpful, yeah, of course.
And the Bow Church is very helpful as well.
Okay.
So if not because of these 2 charity organizations, I would have died unnaturally.
So when I was a kid, I can remember this Victoria dock behind me being full up with cargo ships. And they were sort of bumper to bumper, if you like.
Yeah.
And as soon as one ship was going out, there was another one ready to come in and berth into the empty gap. And I remember I've seen this go from a shipping port to an airport.
Okay, tell us about the airport.
The airport, that opened in about September 1987. And it was originally called Stoleport, short takeoff and landing.
Small planes?
Small planes, yeah, turboprops, probably 10 flights a day coming in, if that, from various parts of the UK. But then from 88, 89 and 90 and beyond, then bigger planes started coming in, jets, still turboprops as well, and they were coming in from further afield.
Where, like, say, Italy?
Italy, Germany.
Spain.
Yeah, Spain, they're doing flights to Spain now.
And
the
Ireland?
Ireland. Yeah, there's regular flights to Ireland. The Balearic Islands.
Well, how about you told me earlier about the New York? They fly to New York from here?
They fly to New York from there, yeah. I use that airport all the time.
You do? Yeah, tell us about that. Where'd you go then?
I go to Malaga 3 times.
How long does it take you to Malaga? An hour and 20?
About 2.5 hours.
Okay.
But because I check in the day before and I only have hand baggage, I can sometimes walk from where I live to City Airport.
Lovely, it's fantastic.
An hour before takeoff.
That's great.
And usually it can be as quick getting from my front door to Malaga, the hotel or even the beach, as it would be going by train from London to Manchester. That building there on the ground floor,
I see it.
that used to be our social club. The flat above, you see that one there?
Yeah.
I moved in there, number 16, when I was 3 years old.
Bloody hell.
I'll just go around the block again and show you.
What's the sense you get now? Do you get a feeling of anything?
It's a ghost town now.
Is it upset? Do you feel upset?
Yeah, I'm gutted because around this area where I grew up, we knew everyone. Yeah.
So it must upset you.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gutter really when you think that the community spirit was so good. The second floor is where my Uncle Wally lived, 24. And above that, number 36, is where my nan and granddad lived.
Oh, okay.
And this
terrace of houses here is what replaced the Victorian terraced houses, which I watched get knocked down. And door number 30 there, I moved in here age 7 in 1968, and I was here until 15 years old, 1976, when we moved into the pub. And back then it was cheap to go out and drink. You know, people used to go out most nights. But as I say, I mean, it's never been the same since the docks closed.
No, okay. But it seems to be sort of improving over here, yeah?
It's improving in the fact that there's newer and nicer houses, but there ain't a lot to do around here if you live here. It's a much more dangerous place for kids to grow up. Whereas I didn't have that problem with me and my friends.
Sad.
We had a safe, very safe environment to grow up in. People getting seriously hurt or stabbed or that, it's unheard of. It never happened.
No, they was classed as cowards when
Yeah.
I was younger.
But it's much more dangerous than it used to be. That's what I'm saying. The community spirit when I was growing up was unreal. Yeah, so this area is where a lot of my mates from secondary school used to live, yeah.
But they're all gone now, Neil?
Yeah.
Would they move out?
Oh, load of them moved out, yeah. That's all going to be the Chinese money.
Chinese money?
Yeah, all on the left-hand side, yeah. They've started developing it now.
Okay.
You can all of that's going to be developed. You'll be surprised how much land there is around here. Up by the Beckton Gasworks, which is even further afield, there's hundreds of acres of land.
Like, ready to be built on?
Yeah, and they're building on it now. But there's nothing around here for me to do. I used to be a member of the East Ham Working Men's Club.
Don't you go there no more?
No, it's gone.
Would you think about moving out this area now?
I'm in no hurry to move out, although it's become...
A bit too much for you? Like, you know, you're not... You know,
I like
house
London.
You get a good price on and you can...
Yeah, I mean, I could sell my place for a good price.
A reasonable place in where, you know?
Maybe Leon-sea or somewhere like that. I could do that, but I enjoy living in London.
Oh, that's your pals. Where's yourself?
That's me.
There's you.
That's my mate Leon.
That's Martin, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Martin.
Yeah.
That's my brother Mike.
I see.
And that was taken in Silvertown.
Uh-huh.
You know the entrance to City Airport?
Yeah.
Where I went in there and turned left to where that estate is.
That's where you were.
There used to be a viaduct there.
Uh-huh.
And that was taken in the summer of 1967. 30 years later, the same picture was taken in the same spot. As I say, that's us growing up. But Leon and Martin, they were friends from a very early age. You know, like from about 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah. And you feel comfortable in here?
I'm comfortable.
You watch you go to bed here?
Yeah, I feel very comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm happy where I am.
Yeah, it's lovely. I can feel an atmosphere in here, though.
Yeah.
You know, a bit.
No, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice atmosphere. Yeah.
Shop, yeah, it's a shop, so this is where some of our is. Work experience. Work experience. Oh, it's quite old. Yeah. Right, John. Yeah. So
this is Dean Ollington, the CEO of his own building company. How long have you been here, Dean?
15 years. But I was born and bred in Canning Town or Custom House, and I've never really left really.
Okay. And what are the changes you've seen in Custom House?
Well, growing up, I was I come from Custom House, which is a mile down the road. The demise of the docks, I was
Do you remember the docks?
Well, I kind of remember some of the bigger ships coming in, but most of it was like
you a bit too young for it.
Bit too young for it, but it's more like a playground really. Lots of big sheds opened and
all gone.
Yeah, all gone. Yeah, finished. Finished. So we used to jump in the Thames and have a little swim. It'd be filthy dirty. I mean, really filthy dirty. Really? I mean, my mum used to go mad. We moved from Custom House to East Ham. Yeah, we mum and dad bought their own house, which was and that was in the 80s. And that was a big thing, really, having your own house, coming to Custom House. Yeah, it was a massive thing. And then from there we moved to Plaistow. But we've actually traded and always been in. The family's always been in Canning Town. It's always been a melting pot around here. But predominantly around in Canning Town, it was predominantly white. Yeah. But there's been a little shift in that. But some of the new development of bringing a new different clientele in to live in Canning Town is trendy.
Trendy? Oh yeah, of course it is.
I'll tell you a story, right? It's a quick one. I said to my wife, we're going at the weekend, and I said, I'll tell you what we're doing. So we had a night in Canning Town. So I stayed in an hotel, at a cracking time. Look, it was like do you know the hotel which is it's like a boat in the dock.
I know that one, yeah. In Victoria Dock.
Yes, in Victoria Dock. So I stayed in a nice hotel. I had the drinks out on the veranda of the docks. Then got a cable car over to the O2, watched the show. And they got a cable car back and had a night in Canning Town.
And it was fantastic.
And in the morning, this was in the summertime, there's a beach in Canning Town. So I'm having a swim in Canning Town. So who would have thought you've had a beach in Canning Town?
No one would have thought that, no. That's correct, Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Said about the Barking Road, are they cleaning it up or not cleaning it up?
Well, I think it's a matter of time, that one. Yeah? Because if you look at the Barking Road and you look at some of the buildings in Barking Road, look above the shops, there's some really grand old flats. But it's kind of, I think slowly but surely they will eventually, that High Street may have a different face in 15 years' time.
I see,
maybe, because maybe the clients or the people or residents are going to move around here, are going to make that a little bit more trendy.
Because we spoke to a lot of different people and in this area, and they was talking about the past to us, and how it was in, like, you had drinking man's clubs, which are no longer there. And the social side of it, is it gone? What's the difference? Can you tell us the change of it?
Well, I remember the working men's clubs. East Ham, I boxed at East Ham working men's club. It's my first fight. And it's West Ham working men's club, the one down the Barking Road. And that was like a community when all these men, all worked and
they could buy a cheap drink.
Yeah, they could buy a cheap drink, and them places are gone.
Yeah.
And I think they're gone because part of the community went. I think there was the community which I grew up in, and then there was a movement where when people moved to buy their own houses and moved out, and different people moved in, and I wasn't a part of that community. But that's not to say there weren't a community there, but I just wasn't a part of it. Okay. And I think what people tend to do from my generation, they look back and say, oh, it ain't there. Well, how do I know? Because I don't live there.
No,
so there may be a community, it may be a different community, it may be a multicultural community. I don't know.
Yeah, it's different.
Different, but my understanding is it's not quite the same.
No. Is that big jobs? Or?
No, just very really. So these come up about 10 years. These have been here, and Sophia. This part here is the last bit to go. I'll walk you around. I'll show you. It's my aunt's dance school.
It's like theatre. They teach theatre.
Yeah, no, they teach the kids. Local kids how to dance. And Peggy O'Farrell, she is a real famous dance school, but my auntie bought that. This is coming down. No, it goes round. This used to be a dairy, this part here, but again,
this is to the bakers. Remember Goswell Bakers? We're on the corner, weren't they?
Goswell, yeah.
That's where they've gone now. It's a factory there, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, look at this. Look.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
And this has just gone up
like nothing.
Yeah. So it's like the triangle. So that's the last bit to go.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, this is changing.
No, totally.
As you can see, the sun won't shine Canning Town again, will it? But look at that. Look, this is just going up. And I think this one goes up even higher.
That was Canning Town, and they nicked that scaffold by now, weren't they, years ago?
I mean, that's a picture of it. As you can see, that's what it's going to look. So if you can see what it's going to look like, going up the
We're going to have more restaurants over there.
Yeah.
There'll be loads of restaurants.
This restaurant here, the Italian, it popped up, right? And I thought, what's he got Italian there for? But now you know what.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? It's a good one. It's all right. So
you can see the difference. You can see how it's going to look. And if you've been over the other side, Silvertown,
you've been filming over.
Yeah, it's going to go like a corridor.
I've met many people on this project. Some friends, some strangers come up and just spoke to me randomly, and they wanted to tell their story. You can't, keep knocking construction. It's the way the world is. It's going to change, Since you said the Second World War, that was a long time ago, and the place was full up with working class people, which are not here no more. And you've got to say, even the working class people, they've become people with money. The thing that's been lost, and it is the truth, and it is the community. The community's been lost, and that was, you don't know what you got until it's gone. I lived in a community. We had the local pub, especially Christmas time. We meet everyone down a pub and all talk and drink and have food together, and now that's gone. But
Would you live here?
would I live here? I think I would, yeah. I think I'm more of a modern man. I'm not a person who lives in the past, I live at the moment. The food bank, well, it was very shocking. I've got to be honest with you, very shocking. I didn't realise people were that bad off, I just thought it was like they get the social security, should take care of them. They get their rent paid, and I thought that was it, but obviously not. Something's gone wrong with the social security. Obviously, they're not giving out the correct benefits. That's what's happening, because years ago you get your benefit for your house and a benefit to live on. And they're obviously not getting that benefit, and that's what struck me as being really disturbing to me, Especially when the guy came in, he's talking about his 2 children. Of course he's got to get a benefit. He's got 2 children. And he says something about a CCJ. I found it very disturbing, I've got to be honest with you. And my summing up is they're still building. When are they going to stop? That's it.